Good morning. I'm just going to sit here silently for a minute and wait for my friends to start to join me. It's all about Chinese bamboo today. There goes the bat signal. Happy Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. Good morning. I see you. Come on in. Getting my Zen on. It's all about the bamboo today, and it's all about divine timing. So we're going to talk about divine timing today. I had nothing, so I called in Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin's a very good teacher. I see Melanie. I see Tammy. Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys? I'm not terribly late today. If you think of me usually getting on here at about 10:30, I'm actually early. Good morning. How are you? Some days it takes time, doesn't it? I try to do the alone time for a while, get myself together, figure out what it is, what we got coming through today. So the card that came through today was so pointedly for me. And I have a feeling it may be for a lot of us. So I'll share it in just a minute. Let's get going first. And maybe about 10:30 we'll pull the card out. It's all about Kuan Yin today. So I pulled from the Kuan Yin deck. I feel like, hi Carol. I feel like Kuan Yin is like knocking on my door, trying to remind me to be patient, to know that everything happens in divine timing. So how many of us, the mood that I've been in for the past couple of days is, wow, I've been working at this for a long time, trying to build something here. And I feel like no matter how much I try to build something, some days my humanity gets the best of me. Hi, Angel. I see Angel. Who else am I seeing? My humanity gets the best of me, and I know it does for all of us. That ego will come in and say, you know, you're wasting your time. You could just go back to real life. You could go get a real job. You could do this. You know, how many of us are doing that? We'll be going along, and we're all confident. We're like, whoa, this is great. And then all of a sudden, we're like, I don't know if anything I do really makes a difference. So maybe I want to go back to my old life, and then I get the reminder. So today was one of those days where I was kind of maybe feeling a little frustrated, you know, feeling like, it's, you know, does this matter? And so I pulled a card and I called in Kuan Yin first. I was like, all right, I sense your presence. What is it that you need to tell me? And the card came through so perfectly. So let me just show you that card. We're about there now. I get in a hurry. I never wait as long as I say I'm going to wait. We'll show it again in a little bit. It's all about the bamboo moon, and it's all about bamboo, Chinese bamboo in particular. I love the Kuan Yin deck, and they're just so beautiful. Good morning, Angel. Thank you. So what Kuan Yin is telling us with that card is that everything is in divine timing, and oftentimes our physical selves come on through. Oftentimes, because you know, we're in a very heavy, difficult environment. Excuse me. Here goes the throat. Things can seem like they don't move. Either they're moving way too fast, and you're like, "What is going on?" Or else it's like you just keep trying to get someplace, and you're not quite getting there. And we have that frustration a lot, where we're not quite sure where we're headed. A big lesson for me has been to let go and maybe not to try to figure it all out. And I find that I actually do a lot better when I'm not trying to figure it all out. So it's learning to be patient. It's learning to be like the Chinese bamboo. So let me just tell you the story of the Chinese bamboo. It's a very short story. Chinese bamboo, when you first plant it, it starts out very, very slow. It's grounding its energy. It's getting itself settled. It's deciding where and how it's going to put its roots, and it's taking its time. But Chinese bamboo always takes about 5 years. 5 years to really decide that it's well grounded and ready to start really growing. But when it does grow, it grows like wildfire. And many of us are like that too. And I think that we're in a time of that. This is a global. We're all going through a massive change right now. And in these massive changes, it requires us to be in stillness more. And it requires us to have patience, a lot of patience, because we're going through so much, and it's very difficult for us. There's no way that we can possibly see where we're actually going because humanity has never done this before. So we're kind of in this holding pattern right now of, okay, we've been waiting for something. I don't know about the rest of you, but I've been feeling a big change coming for a long time now, years. And I can sometimes get frustrated and go, oh, well, where is it? And then I go, oh, wait, stop. I've been changing so much. And we have all been changing so much. And we've all been growing so much. And so we have been expanding like crazy. And because it's been a gradual change, it has to be gradual. Humanity couldn't handle all that's going on right now in one fell swoop. If it happened, there'd be a lot of crazies on the planet, worse than there are now. Look at what's going on now already. You know, as much as we're changing and as much as we're advancing, our DNA is advancing, it's making a lot of people really crazy and do crazy things on the planet. Can you imagine if it went faster? Can you imagine if it was like what we would like to see is overnight, like boom, big change. So humanity can only handle these changes just so quickly. And we as humans, as our own singular little selves, yes, it is happening right now, Stacy. And it happens gradual and under the surface. I saw that years ago. I said, you know, people keep talking, they're waiting for this return of Jesus, or they're waiting for Armageddon, or all these things. And I could see it actually happening. But it was happening under the surface. It wasn't out here where we were all seeing it. It was down underneath. So you're exactly right. We've been going through a big change for a long time. And so right now there is so much energy coming, moving us into this beautiful direction. But if we get too antsy about it, we'll look around and we'll go, oh gosh, this is really scary. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on around us. So today is that reminder to be like the Chinese bamboo. Let's all remind each other, be like the Chinese bamboo. Let's take our time. Let's get ourselves well grounded, however long it takes. I don't want to step into something too quickly and have it all blow up in my face either. I don't want to push it out. I don't want to be like, oh, I got to do it now. I got to do it now. I got to do it now. And not ever going, well, okay, wait, maybe it's just not time yet. If I try to do this too quickly, people aren't going to be ready to receive. So reminding myself, Kuan Yin was very, very pointed this morning, and reminding all of you to be like the Chinese bamboo and take a big breath and know that everything is in divine timing. And everything that's happening in your world, even though it may seem like it's either going too slow or it's kind of irritating or it's not going the way you'd want it to go, it all is working in your favor. Can you try to remember that it's all working in your favor? Those places in your life where everything is kind of slowed down and you feel like, man, I'm just kind of stagnant here. I'm not really moving forward. I'm just kind of like, what am I doing? My egoic self will say that often. I've always gone out of the house to work for a living. I've always, up until Steve passed, I was always this person that just felt like I had to go out and work and work and work all the time. I have to sit at a desk for 8 hours a day. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to create an income. And since he passed, it's been okay for me to be able to be more in stillness, to be at home, to see more of my children, to spend more time with them, to grow, to write, to do all these beautiful things. I've never had the chance to do that before. And yet there's this funny little voice inside of me that somehow still thinks that maybe that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe I'm not really supposed to be here all the time. What am I doing? I'm not doing what everybody else is doing. Everybody else is running out doing this and doing that. And I'm like, just sitting here. I don't really, sometimes I wonder, am I really growing? And I wonder if you feel that way too. What are we really doing here? That's the ego. The ego will often pop up. And I think that the closer that we get to a change, a big change, the more the ego will question, and try to pull us back. Oftentimes we will find something that's so amazing and we're like, yeah, I'm ready for that. And then the ego says, nah, maybe you're not. Maybe we should just step back a little bit. Maybe it's not quite time yet. The ego is always going to deal with things through fear, through that lens of fear, or at least right now. I believe that our egos are trying to come into alignment with a higher self, really working towards that. But we still have that fear-based ego. It was created that way. It kept us alive, kept us alive. We didn't all get eaten by saber-toothed tigers. It was way back when that ego came online and said, okay, I'm going to keep you alive. And it's still just trying to keep us alive. It's just please survive. We want the human race to survive. So the ego is very what's a good word? There's a really good word for that. But it's based on just those most basic needs of keeping yourself alive. That's all it is. It's a word that I sometimes have difficulty with, and I'm not really sure why. But it'll pop into my head here in a second. Primitive. It's very primitive. It goes back to the earliest days. It's like, and so at some point we have to outgrow it. We have to begin to get ourselves to that place of, I hear you, ego, and I'm going. Primal's another good word. Thank you. Thank you, Melanie. So in that place of that primal, primitive brain activity, how can we rewire that so we are looking at it differently? So we say that we really have to train it like a small child, or even a dog or a horse or whatever you're used to training. We have to come back to that place and go, oh, no, you can't respond that way. We're not going to respond out of fear. We're responding out of love. What does the love say? There is a voice. The voice of fear is very loud. There is another voice that we can turn to, that voice of love, which sounds really hokey, and it is, but it's all there is. There's only fear and love. Ego is very, very based in fear, that primal fear of keeping you alive. And then you've got that other voice that helps. So it's that simple, really, and that difficult for most people to understand, is that can you suddenly go, oh wait, stop. What do I feel in my heart? Where am I supposed to turn? Which direction do I need to go? And that love part of you will guide you. And so the love is more, it's okay to be still. Just be quiet. There's a peace in that, isn't there? It's okay. It's okay. It's you don't have a saber-toothed tiger, breathing down your neck. It's okay to be still. Yes, perhaps surrounding it in loving, heart-centered light. Very good. I love the way that it is, you're right, Angel, very, very, ego is very materialistic. And we have to call in. That's why I continue to tell you guys that making that shift, the shift from it's what Voice of the Spirit classes are all about. If you get nothing else, if you guys have ever taken one of those classes and you get nothing else from me, if you only learn how to make that shift from that very egoic, fear-based way of existing into going, oh wait, I got more than that. I'm not just that. I got more. And I can shift into that higher perspective, and I can look down on the world and I can see it differently. Instead of seeing it as the victim, I can pull in that confidence and that love. And then all of a sudden I'm seeing it from a different place. And this morning, it's a continual work. None of us are perfect. We keep on every day. You'll go, well, man, I thought I had it and then I lost it again. Well, you didn't really lose it. It's just that it's that ego has a tight grip. That fear has a very tight grip on us. And so it's very difficult. We'll be moving forward thinking, wow, we're really making some progress. And then something in us goes, oh, wait, let me take 5 steps back. I've been doing that just with my education. I'm sitting here so close to that master's. All I got to do is finish that thesis, turn it all in. And yet I still have that fear of, oh, what if it's not good enough? What if I can't do this? What if my fear stops me? And I can't continue on that path because it holds me back. It's that voice of really unreason. It's ridiculous. It really is when you think about it. It's ridiculous to constantly, if you look in the news right now, you'll see so much fear. Everyone is reacting out of fear. And it's scary to watch them do that. It gives me some fear, and then I'm going, okay, wait. It's so ridiculous, and it's so simple to step out of fear and make that shift into the higher self, and yet most people, they just can't understand how to do it. So that's what I'm telling you guys, because I know you're here because you can. As you're sitting there and you're evaluating your life and you're trying to decide, what have I done? What am I working on? And where am I supposed to be going? What feels right? Where's the love? It's wherever that love is, that's where you need to be. And sometimes that love puts you in a holding pattern that doesn't feel like progress. It just feels like you're just kind of circling the drain for a while. I'm just going to stay here in this little space, and I'm going to keep on. And it's okay, because everything is working together for your favor. And these things, I would have to say that the biggest growth, the biggest opportunities that you're going to be facing any day now, they take time to put together. So you've got your guides and your angels and your all this team around you, and the pieces are starting, they've been falling into place for a while, but there is no time on the other side. And so to them, it's all just perfect. It's all coming together in perfect or imperfect time. I hate the word time, but it always keeps popping up. But just exactly as it should, the puzzle pieces are falling into place. And even though I may not be able to see those puzzle pieces falling into place, they are. And so it's remembering to just continue to work from love, to step out of fear. Fear would tell me to run off and get a job outside of the house. Love tells me to keep on writing, keep on doing sessions with people, keep on teaching, keep on speaking, keep on doing what you're doing. Everything is coming together. How often do we in life, I want you to really consider this in your own life. Yeah, lots of big changes. You're exactly right, Stacy. How many times in your life did you get almost to the finish line? And maybe you couldn't see that you were almost there. And so you were like, geez, I'm just tired. I quit. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm not going to go. How many times do you think that maybe we have gotten ourselves so close? We've worked and worked and worked and worked and worked. I could tell you that I know I've done it a number of times. I've worked so hard to get to a certain place. And then just before I get there, I get tired or I get scared. Fear is probably the biggest reason. And then I stop and I pull back away again. And this morning, a part of me was ready to do that again. A part of me was like, maybe I'm just going to shut it all down. Maybe it's time to just, go hide in my cave someplace and shut it all down. That is totally egoic. Totally. We're getting close to something really, really big. We're already really in it, even though we can't see it. And we can feel it. I'll tell you that. I can feel the big change. So are we ready to keep on pushing through this final lap? Or are we just going to get too tired and say, well, I quit. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm going to keep pushing through. I'm just going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep showing up, keep doing what I'm doing, because even if nobody came in, it helps me to learn more about myself. It helps me to become more comfortable. It helps me. It helps to get those pieces moving. It doesn't matter. Let go of the idea that you have to please somebody else. Let go of the idea that you're here to try to save the world from who knows what. And you likely are, but those big standards that you've laid out for yourself, they can often be the one thing that forces you to stop. They can be the wall. Because as much as we want to save the world, as much as we are probably all that have that kind of martyr or that kind of wiring inside of us where we think that we've got to get out there and save the world, the most important being in your world is you, and you growing. Because as you grow and as that light so shines inside of you, as you look at yourself, do you know what I did this morning? And I'm going to say this because you guys need to hear it too. I've been spending a lot of time lately looking in the mirror, beating myself up, being difficult on myself and looking at other people again and thinking, well, they're just better at this or they're just whatever. And so this morning I said, what have I been doing? I'm falling right into those old traps. So I looked in the mirror and I said, I love you. Whatever, yes, you've got some stretch marks and some wrinkles. You got a little extra donut there around the middle, and it's okay. It's okay, because who you really are is perfect. And then I talk nice to my body. Thank you for carrying me through this. It's been a difficult time. It's very difficult being physical. Thank you, body, for staying healthy, for doing the job that you need to do, for keeping me strong, and for allowing me to stay here on the planet in physical form. We all have to take the time to remember, to be grateful, to be thankful to our physical selves. When I first started, I was kind of down on the ego, wasn't I? The ego has kept me alive. Thank you, ego, for keeping me alive. Thank you, ego, for taking such good care of me. Thank you for keeping me from stepping off a cliff someplace. Thank you for keeping me out of relationships that might have done me in. Thank you. for guiding me. Thank you for being there. And ego, we're calling in my higher self to be your best friend. And we're going to get into a nice teamwork position here. And we're going to come into alignment. And we're going to work together now. As I make that shift into the higher self, I'm not leaving ego behind anymore. That little part of me, little Diane, needs to come along for the ride. So no more beating up my ego. No more feeling like ego needs to go away. Ego has been a very powerful tool for all of us. And we're still here on the planet because of that part of us. This planet is really difficult. And we can do this whole spiritual bypassing thing where we want to leave the ego behind and move into this new reality. And every day I started to write something yesterday, and it was like, it's going to be totally fiction, but I believe there's truth in that for me, is that I lay there and I sleep, and I go off into all these magical worlds, and who knows who I am in those dreams. And they're so powerful, and they're so alive and colorful. And then I wake up and I go, who am I? Some days I'm like, what did I just go through? And wait a minute, I'm still here. I'm still here. How many of you are doing that? Because it's like a part of us knows we're ready for a big change. A part of us knows that we're coming out of this heavy distance from the other side, where the veil kept us from being able to feel our true selves. We know that we're coming into a new age. And so in our sleep, we can kind of move into that. And then when we wake up, we go, oh gosh, I feel heavy. I feel sick. I don't feel so good. It's not such a great place to be. And so we start looking for home again. And it's frustrating. There's that part of me that gets frustrated. And then there's another part of me that's so grateful and thankful for another opportunity, for the idea that we can be here in physical form and create change on this planet just by being here, by breathing, by being, yes, Stacy, I know you're feeling it too, by just being here. So have patience. That's what it's all about. That's what Kuan Yin is telling you. It takes 5 years for Chinese bamboo to feel fully rooted. We have been in this. Ooh, 5 years feels, ooh, yay, thank you for that. That was a nice energy blast, because I just realized something. Woo, do I want to cry right now? It will be 5 years in September since Steve passed. And that message that came through Kuan Yin this morning through these cards was really powerful for me, and it just came full circle. So join me in that if everybody wants to cry with me. The whole message of the Chinese bamboo is that when you first plant that Chinese bamboo, it takes time. It takes its time getting rooted. It takes its time feeling its roots underneath it, feeling grounded, feeling supported by the earth. It takes 5 years. Exactly. And then it takes off like wildfire. I've been on my spiritual path since I was in my early 40s, but I didn't fully fall into that spiritual path until after he passed away. So, yeah, I know you're crying with me, Stacy. We're coming up to 5 years. This summer will be 5 years since his diagnosis. This September will be 5 years since his passing. Stick with me. We're going to see what happens at that 5-year marker. I think this year is going to be my year to really take off like the bamboo. The bamboo takes off like wildfire at 5 years. So have patience. It seems like 5 years is forever, doesn't it? It is yesterday. There is no time. So it's all just kind of going through its cycles, doing its thing. And sometimes we're blessed by perfect messages that come through so clear that when we realize what those messages are, we're like, okay, I got this again. And it pushes us forward and it keeps us going. So I'm here today, and I'll be here every day as long as I'm allowed for whoever shows up, and keep on telling you to keep on going, keep on going. You are beautiful. You're perfect. Everything that you are is exactly as you should be. You are perfectly on your path. You're doing everything just exactly the way you should. Stop doubting yourself. Stop being so difficult with sitting there and looking and finding your faults and, you know, saying I can't do this because there's others out there that are better than me. Stop comparing yourself to other people. You came here exactly the way that you are for a very particular reason. And you are exactly perfectly equipped with what you need to allow you to do what you came here to do. I hope you're hearing me. My tears haven't stopped periodically since yesterday. Blessings to Steve. Thank you. Thank you, Angel. He never left me. That's the most beautiful thing. It's only his physical self, his spiritual self that is so amazing and so available to anyone that. And when he's in the room, I always want to cry. So hi, Steve. It's funny how he's just like, boom. Did you get the message? Hey, girl. Stacy knows how he works. He sends me songs, and I've been getting a lot of messages and songs again. It's like he comes in waves. So she's going to really need me. I'm going to make sure that I'm here for her. And he comes in these big waves, and all of a sudden he's like, boom, here I am. Here I am. More powerful than ever. More filled with love than ever. Never, ever, ever do we die. We just continue to expand and grow and get more and more amazing. So, yes, you do know Stacy. So, watch for him. If you start getting some songs out there, you'll be like, okay, there he is again. I've been getting one particular song. I sent it to Stacy the other day. I have been singing and playing this song. I drive my children crazy. I play the same song over and over and over again because it'll come to me and I'm like, it keeps coming to me. I'm like, okay, let me listen to it again. Let me listen to it again. And a week and a half ago, something like that, I'm driving through the national park and it came on and all of a sudden I heard the words that he wanted me to hear. Yes, Steve, stop making me cry. I feel you. Okay, so it's all right. Go ahead. I like that feel. It was Sail on Silver Girl, Sail on By. What's the rest of it? Somebody help me. Sail on Silver Girl, sail on by. Something about, and if you need a friend. At first, my thinking was, oh, sail on Silver Girl, sail on by. Your dreams are all about to unfold. Something like that. Did you just heard a country song? Your dreams are all about to come alive. Something. I'm going to change the wording because I can't remember the exact words, but that's what it means. And then he said, and I thought, well, does that mean that you're stepping away? That I'm going to be, you want me to sail on by? Just sit and keep on sailing and you keep on going your direction and I'll go mine. And then it was like, and if you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind. And as soon as he said that, I just went, oh. I did that thing where I just started to cry. He's not going anywhere. Our loved ones don't go anywhere. Yes, a part of them goes into healing. A part of them is going into expansion. A part of them is them, but they can be a billion places at one time. And there's a part of them that will always stay close. Bridge over troubled waters is exactly it. So, it's Bridge Over Troubled Waters, and it is Simon and Garfunkel, but it's also, I've been listening to it through Sons of Serendip, and it's an amazing version of it. And I think I posted it, but I'll send it to you, Angel. It's so beautiful. Sail on, Silver Girl, sail on by. And then the next phrase is really beautiful, and I can't get it perfectly because I can never remember song lyrics. But the most beautiful part to me is, and if you ever need a friend, I'll be sailing close behind. That is just so amazing. So you guys pay attention to the messages all around you. Pay attention. Pull your cards. You know, I don't have to do these. I haven't done a card reading for people in a long time. But I'll tell you what. Maybe I should do one. Maybe I should plan that this morning. I should say, if anybody that wants a card reading, let's see what Kuan Yin has for you today. It's only going to be Kuan Yin messages. But the messages that come through to us from our loved ones, from our guides, from our angels, they're so powerful. And so when you're pulling those cards, you say, okay, bring it to me. Bring me the message that I need. Hi, kitty cat. Bring me that message. We'll do that. I'll just come right back after the show for anybody that wants it. I guess I could just stay in here as long as you guys want me. Why leave? I'll just stay. Let's We do need to do a meditation for those people that need to get busy and get going. Anybody that wants to stick around after the meditation, I'll pull a few more cards for you. I'll give them directly to you. But please remember that it takes time to get rooted, to be grounded. And when you're finally to that place, and all of the cards suddenly align, all of the stars align, and it's finally time, you're going to know why. You're going to know why you had to go through the things that you had to go through. And that is directly from Steve. That if you could only see how beautiful life is becoming, you would understand why you've had to go through the pain and the suffering that you've gone through. That all of these are pieces to the puzzle that have to happen in order to create the magic that you are. So please know that. Yeah, Simon and Garfunkel's awesome. So let's just, I got to get a drink. Hold on. A little bubbly in the throat. Let's be together for just a minute in stillness. We're not even going to call it meditation. Let's just be still together for a minute. Let's just imagine a better world together, because our imagination is so powerful. And when we do that together, we create an energy that just reverberates across the planet, and it's creating change, making this world a more beautiful place. So allow yourself now for just a few minutes to feel those beautiful roots coming out of the bottom of your feet. All that power that you are coming out through the centers of your feet, going all the way down into the earth. Then I want you to stretch those roots out. Stretch them out. Reach, reach, reach all the way around the planet too. Not just to the core, but all the way around the surface of the planet, right under the surface. We're all reaching, and our roots are all connecting to one another, and we are completely and perfectly protected by Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is very present with me this morning. And I thank you, Archangel Michael, for protecting everyone that's watching, everyone that's going through this moment of silence with me, for protecting, for caring for wrapping them up. Allow them each to feel what it's like to feel that layer of protection come around right now. So beautiful. Thank you. So as you sit there feeling all secure and safe right now, I want you to be the bamboo. You have those beautiful roots in the ground. And you're allowing yourself now, just allow yourself to begin to feel a little more rooted today. A little more rooted, settled on the planet, grounded. It's not always easy. Sometimes we feel very ungrounded. Today we're going to practice. So feel those roots go deep. And feel your little tiny bamboo come up out of the earth. And we're going to do a little speed growth. We only have a few minutes. Just pretend that this 5 minutes is like 5 years. And there you are. You're just standing there, this little baby shoot coming out of the earth. Green and beautiful, leaves coming up. And you feel those roots going into the earth, and you feel the sun shining on your leaves. And you'll just wait there patiently. Let's all be a little bamboo forest together. We're all just standing there, collecting sunshine, enjoying the warmth on our little faces. As you turn your leaves up, enjoy that sunshine. And just collect it. Collect the sun. Feel the water coming up through your roots, life-giving water. Keep breathing up and down your spine. Asking Archangel Raphael to come in, help with all this clearing. Archangel Michael to clear away any negative energy that's within you and around you, whatever it may be. If there's any earthbound spirits around anyone, asking to have them crossed into the light. I want you to feel a little growth Feel yourself pushing up a little bit higher, little higher, little higher. Keep reaching for that sun. Sit up nice and straight. That beautiful bamboo, up nice and straight, allowing that energy to flow up and down from your roots and all the way up your spine. And as you're doing that, that energy, the angels is coming in and clearing those chakra centers and allowing you to feel more open and alive, renewing your soul, allowing your body to feel healing energy, strength. Feel those nutrients come up through your roots. And suddenly, we've been in stillness for, say, 4 years now. And we're feeling a little stronger, a little better grounded to the earth. And we just keep breathing. Watch a plant as it grows. It doesn't work hard at it. It doesn't try to figure anything out. It just stands there peacefully, allowing itself. And then suddenly, bamboo is crazy. All of a sudden, it just shoots out of the ground so fast. And it spreads, and there's more and more shoots of bamboo, and they're just growing everywhere. You're like wildfire now. Watch it as all these shoots come shooting right up out of the earth. And you keep growing and growing and growing, and you get taller and taller, and you grow so fast. It's time. You've been patient. You've waited and waited, and suddenly it's just time to grow. And you know when it's time. Something in you just clicks in and says, okay, let's do this. We're doing it right now, all of us together. It's time to click in and say, okay, let's go, let's do it, let's grow. So we're all growing together into this beautiful bamboo forest. The light shines down through your beautiful green stalk and all these leaves, and you see a deer walking through, hiding in all of that beautiful maze of green. Maybe a fox, maybe a few rabbits. Look what we've created. Look around you now. Look at this beautiful green forest. Imagine all of us working together like that. Perfect. I want you to keep those roots in the ground today. We're not going to pull them all the way up. Just imagine that your energy is coming back up in. Pull your energy up in, but keep yourself rooted today. Keep yourself grounded to the earth. Feel that beautiful earth energy as it flows. The negative goes out your roots, the positive comes back in. All that beautiful life-giving energy keeps on flowing back into you all day. Imagine yourself that beautiful stalk of bamboo. Pulling that energy well within your heart, pulling your higher self, thanking your higher self, thanking the angels for coming in today, for helping us and assisting. Archangel Michael, thank you so much. Archangel Raphael, all of your spirit guides, everyone that's come to join us today. So beautiful. Pulling all that energy back into your center, feeling grounded, feeling whole, feeling at peace. Pulling that ego in, allowing your ego and your higher self to come into alignment with each other. So perfect. One more big breath. Integrate all this energy. Take a big breath. Beautiful. Coming back into your body now, opening your eyes. You're back into the world, feeling strong, alive, peaceful, patient. There you go. It's beautiful. I would love to do some card readings. My dog is crying to go out, so I need to go down and let him out real quick, and I will come back on at the imagination of becoming. I'll come back on for any of you guys that would like to have a card reading. I'll stick around for a little bit. I need about 10 minutes to go and let that doggy go out, but I'll be right back. So give me just a little bit, and then I'll pop back on. Please take good care of yourselves today for the rest of you. I love you so much, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning. Bye.